In his home just outside the city, Jacob was lost in a storm of anger and pain. He was coping the only way he knew how, a pattern learned in childhood, a cycle he swore he'd never repeat. Yet here he was, having become the very man he feared, the man who hurts the one he loves most. His wife, Casey. He stood over her body after harshly pushing her to the floor. Her crime? Picking up his clothes and neatly placing them on a chair. Casey lay there, crying softly, trying to muffle the whimpering sounds of her pain. Jacob looked down at the woman he had promised to love and cherish, and a dark thought flickered through his mind, to kick her right where she lay. As the thought grew and his anger surged, he felt an icy coldness on his shoulder. A hand. He glanced over, but no one was there. He looked back down at Casey, still and silent on the floor. Suddenly, his knees buckled. He collapsed, weeping, the anger vanishing as quickly as it came, replaced by a crushing wave of shame and guilt. The air in the room grew heavy, thick with another presence. The room brightened, illuminated by a light of unknown origin, yet he still saw no one but Casey. Jacob found a stool and sat, crying and begging for forgiveness. The coldness on his shoulder was replaced by a comforting warmth. He knew somehow that he had to leave. Standing unseen was the Archangel Michael. The brilliant light emanated from him, tall and majestic in full gold armor, with powerful white wings folded at his back. Michael had interceded, bringing peace to the chaos, comforting God's children. He was protecting Casey and calming Jacob's tormented spirit. As it is written in Psalm 91, "For he shall give his angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. They shall bear you up in their hands, lest you dash your foot against a stone." In that moment of clarity, Jacob turned to his wife. "I need help," he said, his voice cracking. "Casey, I love you and I want our marriage to work. I'm going to move out. When I'm healed, I'll come back to you as the man God expects me to be. Please forgive me for all the pain I've caused you." Casey, still on the floor, looked at him but said nothing. Archangel Michael bent down and touched her, and in an instant, the pain vanished. Jacob walked into their bedroom, packed a single suitcase, and walked toward the front door. He stopped, turned back to look at Casey, tears streaming down his face, and whispered, "Goodbye." As Jacob left, Archangel Michael rose towards the ceiling. His wings spread wide and disappeared through the wooden frame. The light in the home softened, returning to normal. Casey sat on the lounge chair, staring into space, her mind replaying the moments, the choices, her life. She thought about the 2 times Jacob had become violent, how trivial the reasons were. But this time was different. He said he wanted help. He actually left. Would he really get the help he needed? Would he seek God and build a new foundation? She hoped so, but a deep uncertainty about their future settled in, an anxiety about his return. Finding a sliver of energy, she pulled herself from the chair and went to make coffee. It was around 11 on a Saturday morning. She brewed a medium roast hazelnut latte and returned to the lounge chair, pulling up the ottoman to rest her legs. As I sipped my coffee, the morning's events flooded my mind. Lying on the floor, holding back tears, the sinking feeling in my chest. I cycled through every emotion: anger, hurt, pain, hate, love, forgiveness, all within the span of 10 minutes. Then, out of nowhere, a sense of calm and peace washed over me. I felt a gentle warmth on my shoulder, but when I looked, no one was there. I took a slow, deep breath and whispered, "Thank you," knowing it had to be God. I set my coffee down, went to our bedroom, and knelt to pray. During my prayer, a message came to me in spirit. "I will never leave you, I am here." As it says in Hebrews 13:5, "I will never leave you nor forsake you." The message continued, "I will not forget your trials. I love you, daughter. Take my strength and give me your burdens," echoing Matthew 11:28-30. "Now live your life for me. He will return to you only once he has healed and been reborn in me. Dress and go do something for you today." "Jesus, my Lord, thank you," I said. I got up from the floor, showered, put on makeup, and did my hair. I chose a nice outfit. I decided I would take myself for a walk by the river and have lunch alone at a fine restaurant before heading home. Today was an end, but it was also a beginning. The first day of reclaiming my strength, of getting back to being me. Through this trial, I am emerging as a stronger, wiser version of the woman I was. Remember this from Philippians 4:13. Believers find strength and resilience in Jesus to face any hardship, not through personal might, but through divine power to endure and persevere in any circumstance. When you feel lost or broken, seek strength from Jesus and hold fast to your faith. He is always with you. Thanks for listening. Follow for more stories of faith and transformation.